These are the ingredients or the key ingredients. There's many other ones, but key ingredients for the ExoSerum with acne. And one of the most beautiful parts about this particular serum is the fact that it does not dry the skin out. It is not
That's right.
traditional
Yeah, it's true.
treatment where you're going to get redness and peeling, like when you're peeling and flaking and your skin's going to go horrible. That's the only reason I left hyaluronic acid here on this particular screen, is because they're all hyaluronic acid based. I took a light measure of hyaluronic acid that's more like a saline, which would be better for penetration, which is why that's what the Exo Dry is delivered with. Hyaluronic acid for me, though, I like a good juicy look, and I want it to seal the top couple layers of my skin so that I am nice and juicy and plump and glowy. And if you put something in the skin and it goes to the bloodstream, you don't have any in those surface layers of the skin. So I combined a super light hyaluronic acid and a heavy one to come up somewhere in a medium. And the reason I did that is I wanted people not to have to buy two different serums. I didn't want them to put in, because I have a lighter one that I use, that I have used in the past that was super thin. And then I had to put another basic hyaluronic acid over the top to get what I wanted out of it, because the other made me too dry. One made me too juicy, if you will.
Okay.
So one of the other beautiful parts of the acne formula is the blend of mushrooms that we put in. That has anti-inflammatory, antioxidants in it. And it really does a great job for reducing redness in those pustule type lesions, and also for cystic acne. Cystic is going to be best done in the treatment room with the Exo Dry because of its delivery system, but it will improve definitely within 6 weeks significantly. And if you get somebody on a 3-month round, they're definitely not going to experience acne anymore. I have people with severe acne that used to come get this formula from me that don't even need it anymore. We're able to take them to one of the other formulas because of the exomes creating those messages in those cells to diminish the oil production, to kill the bacteria in the skin, to speed up the cell turnover. So one of the other amazing ingredients that I put in it is niacinamide. Now, niacinamide in this, now these ingredients do other things, but I'm speaking for why they went into this particular serum. Niacinamide reduces redness, inflammation, and also minimizes pores. I also know that it is a great anti-ager. So it can also, help to build more elastin and collagen. So that's why anybody that uses this particular acne formula, and especially if they're in adult acne where they're getting those cystics because of hormonal imbalances, this is an amazing serum for them, because it's not going to dry their skin out, which is already not producing oil, which is already not producing the things that needs to hydrate itself.
Okay.
Willow tree bark for me it kills bacteria depending on what level or what strength you put in it. And it also naturally exfoliates the skin. So here we have multiple ways of reducing redness, inflammation, and also speeding up cell turnover, which we know if we have somebody with acne, especially if it's cystic or deeper, they're going to have pigmentation sitting on the top of the skin, because those are healing, those are part of the healing process. This is going to speed that up for them. So you're going to see not only the redness and the inflammation from pustules, you're also going to see the diminishing of those pigmentation in that setting because of the cell turnover and speed up from the willow tree bark and also the exosomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Echinacea I'll also put on in there, which is something that I use internally when I want to kill bacteria, when I want to kill virusy stuff, when I want to do a natural form of trying to fight a cold, boost my immune system. So it's going to calm redness and irritation. It's going to promote that wound healing, and it's also going to prevent bacteria growth, which is amazing. It's another gentle way to get this done without using harsh acne ingredients. So everybody can use the serum, and they're going to experience a little bit of pigment removal, redness and inflammation is going to come down. I mean, if I I have those little sample packs, and the reason I put them together that way was so that somebody could use 1 week or use them in different areas, was my original thought about it. And I can even use acne on my face, and it's not that it's gonna make it dry and irritated. It's still gonna give it the benefit of all the exosomes that are in there on top of the hyaluronic acid and on top of reducing any redness that I may see and killing some bacteria. I love actually when I use this, especially on my chin area where it tends to be more congested. You know how us women, where if you follow your corners of your mouth down, you land on your ovaries. So it shows which side you're ovulating on a month. And in the middle of the chin, we generally have congestion from it being in that T-zone, but also, you know, that's our large intestine according to Eastern modalities. So a lot of
Yeah.
women too much or too little. So that's our area generally. And it's amazing for doing that. Sometimes I just put it in my T-zone if I feel like it. But I'm definitely going to tap some on any blemish that may be on a client's skin if they're in my treatment room to make sure that we're killing that bacteria and we're diminishing that oil production while I have them. Is there any?
Okay.
Yes,
Yes. Do you push the serum with radio frequency?
you can absolutely put it. You might have to wait, just like the plasma, where you wait, you know, 30 seconds to a minute so it's not completely juicy on the skin, depending on if you're using a gauze or not. If you're using it, sometimes you'll get a good spark if the skin is wet. So sometimes you have to wait that 30 seconds to a minute just so it's not completely wet. But absolutely, I would push it down with high frequency. It's a
Oh,
wonderful thing to
yeah.
do.
On
If
microcurrent?
if you're using a client, if you're using the jet, if you're using the jet plasma on an acneic client, you don't even need high frequency. You can zing it with your jet plasma. But of
Yes.
course, I'm not gonna go use a tip on somebody that's not doing a full treatment.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, do you have any other questions about acne? Did that help with that particular serum?
Me?
Yes.
No, I have to say that I love the serum. I do quite a bit of acne, adult as well as teenagers. And this serum, they just love it because the results within 3 days or 4 days, they call me and says it has gone down, no redness, and they never felt the burning. So my comments to that acne is 2 thumbs up. I love it.
I'll take 2 thumbs up.
Yes.
I love it too, because I just like, and since you are having the results you're having with it, I probably didn't need to harp on it so much. But I think sometimes people see acne on the beginning of a serum and they're like, oh, that's going to dry me out, you know? And that's the complete opposite of what I designed this particular product to do.
Correct. Correct.
Which is why I love it so much as well. Anybody can use it, and then the rest of their skin texture and everything else just gets better and better and softer, and they're not a mess and peely and flaky like our traditional acne medications.